What's up, guys? Devon back again with yet another Devon Explains entry, and today I bring you Rampage versus Jurassic World. Now, I don't really want you to click off, so let's get right into it. Scaling Jurassic World first off. The guys that are going to be fighting are Spinosaurus, all of the T-Rexes, Giganotosaurus, the Indominus Rex, and that's about it. The Mosasaur is probably going to make a surprise appearance against Lizzie, but A. And of course on Rampage's side it's going to be George, Ralph, and Lizzie. Jurassic World. Lifting strength. They have a multitude of feats that are throwing each other around, shoving each other around, breaking in all types of vehicles, throwing vehicles. These feats, 8 tons, 9 tons, 12 tons, 18 tons. Nothing that you wouldn't expect from such feats. Speed, again, nothing that you wouldn't expect from these dudes. They run at 25 to 32 miles per hour, and they have on-screen combat speed feats within that range. Attack potency is actually surprising. From what you would expect, wall level, small building level. Now, small building level does exist for Jurassic World. A lot of stuff is in there, but it's either lowballing the calculations or extremely easy feats. What is actually consistent for Jurassic World's true power is building level. The main two things are obviously Indominus Rex feats. Biting into this weird ball thing gets her 1 ton of TNT. Extreme power. We're talking a small car's weight in explosives blowing up is the same force that a rather easy bite from the Indominus Rex produces. Consistent with a much more casual feat wherein she bends a bunch of steel, twice as weak as this feat. There's also some other building level stuff. Overall, we're talking class 10 lifting strength, we're talking superhuman speed, we're talking building level attack potency and durability. Rexy has her own building level scaling. Rexy fights Indominus Rex, Giganotosaurus defeats an old Rexy. The other T-Rexes are the same species and ultimately would backscale from Rexy if not upscale, and the Spinosaurus can fight the T-Rex who backscales from Rexy. Everybody scales. So overall, all of these dinosaurs are class 10 lifters, building level fighters, and superhuman combatants. Very, very impressive. But is this enough to defeat the Rampage monster? The animals of Rampage are enhanced by CRISPR, which is actually a real-life process. Really interesting stuff. I'm gonna leave a link to a YouTube video explaining it because I really find this interesting. The stuff that you really care about is mainly that thanks to this, they get enhanced speed and enhanced strength. At the bare minimum, as fast as a cheetah, 75 miles per hour inverse, and as strong as a beetle, which basically means that they can lift 850 times their body weight, at least in theory. I know that rhino beetles in real life can't lift that much compared to their own body weight, but I'm saying that off of the movie. They also have regeneration, same way that the African spiny rat does, and they constantly grow bigger. And as they grow bigger, they get stronger and faster. Now, Rampage monsters, they have a bunch of feats. They burn through skyscrapers with absolutely no resistance. We got 3 tons of TNT, we got 14 tons, 21 tons of TNT, all with extreme ease, while Lizzie's feat did take a few seconds, given the fact that her bite should logically be superior to the kinetic energy of her swimming, then a few seconds of her bite should equal a few seconds of her swimming, if not surpass it. Why does this matter? Because both Ralph and George take more than a few seconds of her biting and a lot of abuse from her. Talking about durability, all these dudes are completely immune to sidearms. They do not hurt them. George does get flesh wounds from armored vehicles and helicopters. Ralph takes no damage from them, and there is literally nothing the military and movie could possibly do to Lizzie. Ralph and George both have a feat where they tank being in the epicenter of big-ass multiple-ton explosions. George's best lifting strength feat is being able to bitch slap Lizzie so hard that her charge gets completely negated and she gets slapped aside. That's 254 tons of force that he is just slapping away. Ralph, just kind of jumping casually, gets higher than the combat combat lifting strength of Rexy and Lizzie is stronger than George is. When it comes to statements, Ralph is stated to be able to bring down skyscrapers, which a bit doubtable, and Lizzie with a single tail swipe is stated to be able to bring down a medium-sized building. Completely believable, given that again a tail swipe from her, a combat movement, a combat attack should be superior to her just kind of swimming. When it comes to speed, all three of these dudes are at the minimum as fast as a cheetah. They're actually faster, as George and Ralph reach Chicago in under 50 seconds from a quarry 30 miles away. This is a Mach 3 travel speed feat and gets them 1 and 1.5 tons of TNT worth of kinetic energy. Lizzie herself catches an A10. This feat gets her to almost Mach 1, and George is vastly faster than she is, adding consistency to a transonic Lizzie and supersonic Ralph and George. Each of these three have an interesting thing about them. Number one for Lizzie is that her regeneration is pretty extreme. Her ear canal explodes, she recovers in a few seconds. Ralph can shoot porcupine spines that pierce helicopters with extreme accuracy, and George has insane endurance. He gets impaled through the lung and doesn't stop for a single second. Overall, the Rampage monsters are large building level to city block level threats with subsonic to supersonic combat speed, and they're all significantly stronger than Jurassic World dinosaurs, as well as taller and mostly heavier. So given the absolutely horrific stat difference on all fronts between Lizzie, Ralph, George, and the Jurassic World verse, it's pretty obvious that there's absolutely nothing the dinosaurs could do to defeat these guys. The mosasaur probably beating George and Ralph, mainly due to her absolutely horrific size, in and of itself giving her the chance to drown George and Ralph. Though those guys could probably have enough attack potency to just kinda kill the mosasaur before she gets them down, because the mosasaur is not that far above the dinosaurs of Jurassic World. Lizzie would just devour the mosasaur with little to no difficulty. Rampage wins.
Seré ese rompecabezas que le faltan piezas, un vil payaso con la cara de tristeza, un rey sin reina, así me deja.